Yep, I'm on the up. Oh, yeah. It's fresh there, boys.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, yes. Oh.
So good.
Well, there's no prizes for guessing that. We've traded in the fresh water for the salty H2O. So we noseyed our way all the way up to the country to a prestigious and also pretentious holiday destination called Omaha. Thanks to our mate John Key, we used his private boat ramp to launch the waka called the Gatherer. And we've been really scraping the barrel for talent today. We've got no pro team, so we had to call in the big boss, who's written in a sick letter, Nick Binks. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself?
You're very well. It's good to see you, Ugly Mug, again, mate. But what's on the agenda today?
Yeah, well, we're actually on a charter boat today, so had some issues with my own waka. So gave the lads at Ultimate a holler, and they've produced a boat. So here we are. We've travelled out to Little Barrier. As you can see behind us, it's pretty awesome conditions. There's a reasonable amount of swell hitting the rocks, so perfect for soft baiting. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is soft baiting in the shallows, chucking some bigger squids and squiggly digglies in there, and hopefully, yeah, get onto a few snapper.
Mate, absolutely fizzing from the bunghole. So what are we using? What's our weapon of choice, rod-wise?
Yeah, so today we, pretty basic setup, it's just a little 4,000 size ITX with some new rods, the MC, so something you're probably familiar with. Yeah, really nice little setup, light, super sensitive, that's what you need for this kind of fishing. So yeah, we'll crack into it and cast a few baits there. We're not going to catch anything shooting the shit here, so let's get into it, eh?
Amen.
Repeat of the South Island, mate.
No, it's like rigged. I think you've rigged this up wrong.
Oh, is that what it is? Sorry about that.
10 metres viz here.
At least, yeah. So you'll see sometimes I'm just keep casting that same spot, fish move in and out of here.
Yeah.
So you got to give it a reasonable go before you kind of move on. Oh!
Oh, we're on. Oh, snap.
Oh. Mate, primo buzz.
This is unbelievable. It's unbelievable, just the clarity of the water here as well. It's, you can see about 10 metres deep. This is like literally looking through a piece of Glad wrap. So fingers crossed. Nick keeps on mentioning this this phrase, bommies. I don't really understand what it means, but... Oi, horse!
Yo!
What is a bommie?
It's just a bunch of rocks, mate, that come off a little bit higher, off the bottom of the ocean. It's most of the snapper kind of sit behind it. They sit idle behind it in the current.
Yeah. He went to Australia for a 1 month holiday and he's come back with all the slang.
Well, seems like Answer's been testing the gear and the lures pretty well.
Things left, right and centre, but you know, that comes with the territory of someone who's put in a lot of effort, let's be honest here, Nick.
Yeah, well.
Put me on spot X, yeah, just cast into the whitewash. We've been here hours.
Yeah, we've had a good nudge in this area. It's been super calm, but it's probably been half our problem. It's the viz is good, super calm. So we're just going to head around the other side with a bit more ocean swell hitting it. Hopefully that will stir things up and make life a little bit easier for us. But I'll just keep retying these rigs for you, mate, and we'll get on to some more fish. You realise I fished with that rod the whole of this morning,
Mate, it's just fallen off in half, mate.
What the? He said his rod was faulty.
That is brilliant.
He said his rod is faulty, so I gave him my one. Now he's
Mate, it just fell in half into the water. Attaboy.
And finally, we've started to get a couple of nibbles in this area. We've just gone round to where there's a bit more swell. And sure enough, casting a couple of these bombies, we had a snapper, so it's just a little guy, but
Little kelpie.
points on the board nonetheless. And get him back and try and get something slightly larger, eh?
There's fish here. This is actually not too bad. It's got a few head nods, but this drag might be a bit too hard, though.
Nah, that's all right.
Is it?
You want to be able to turn the head in this, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely fish here, fells.
Yeah, it's another little guy. Oh, yeah, it's good size.
Fonterra.
That's a bit of size, mate.
We'll take those out. We'll take those bickies. Jeez, I think you can catch COVID out here.
Into a fish, mate.
Yeah, into a fish, which is nice.
Good.
Cast it out and just let it actually got taken on the way down, which is
Oh, that's perfect,
Real
mate.
perfect.
That's how it should be.
probably might have not actually been letting it get down to the bottom.
So that difference, eh, between having that swell and
Yeah.
surge versus that real calm stuff. Target species. Too
Not
easy.
totally, but getting better.
Perfect hook, mate. Again, another kelpie. That'll do.
That's the spot. Oh yes, boys, right in the micker. Yeah, well, we've just come up to a nice little perch here on the point, a lot more swell, as you can see, a bit of whitewash there on the rocks. But the arm, starting to get a bit of tennis elbow, some arthritis in there just from casting. That's how hard we're working. Winter fishing a lot harder. Oh, just lost. Yeah, broke. Oh, that's what happens. That was the, yeah.
So how'd you find that, mate?
That was, well, glimmer of hope here and there, let's be honest. We pulled in a couple of pannies. The softies was actually working quite nicely when we came around the point, especially with all that nice wash. It looked like it was going to be fishing, let's be honest. But
we had
no cigar
high
yet.
hopes.
We did have high hopes, but we still got a few hours in the day. I'm tapping into your wisdom. Surely we change tactic a little bit.
Yeah, look, it's that's fishing, eh? We can't go out every time and fill the bag, otherwise, it'd be too easy, wouldn't it?
100%, mate. So what's on the agenda?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to head about a bit further. We think the fish are a little bit deeper. We've pretty much covered a lot of this top area of little barrier cast into the shallows and been in that 10 to 2 metre range, and we've plucked out a few little ones, but yeah, nothing big, nothing of note. So
Nothing we're boasting about anyway.
nah, so yeah, we're going to head out a bit wider, try in that kind of deeper 20 metre mark. We still want to be releasing fish today, so don't want to go too deep.
Look for the eyes in the sky as well, some birds, bit of
Yeah,
bird
you
action.
never know what you see today. On a day like today, it's calm, it's good weather, so anything can happen. We'll give it a nudge and fingers crossed. Oh, we're just heading back on the way from a pretty disappointing session in the shallows, but look at this, we've got a little bee behind us. All the birds are working hard, and we'll drop down and see what we can catch.
This is what we're talking about. All the different kinds of ingredients coming together for a perfect recipe. How deep are we here, Skip? Oh, yes. Oh,
So good.
as you can probably see, we've just arrived at our next locations. Plenty of action going on. There's dive bombers from the Gannesses going left, right and centre, as you can probably see in the background. There's mammals around, porpoises. The dolphins are here as well, really stirring up the pot. So I've just chucked up a knife jig actually. Haven't done this really much of my time, but see what's down there and causing this frenzy. I think that technique is absolutely poor.
What are you on, Ants?
I have no idea.
Yeah, bro.
Could be fighting like a kingy, but it's also got the big nods, eh, horse?
It's a king.
Looks solid, mate. You're making it look difficult, mate. Get some wines on it.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
Bro.
You! Yes.
sakes, boys. You got any better gear that we can skull drag this thing up?
It's not a bad fish, mate.
Decent size, eh? So,
First drop.
first drop today. Obviously the big mouth was hungry. The birds are going absolutely ballistic. And looks like we're eating. So, horse on horse action. And a bit of girth to it, eh? Nick?
Yeah. He had a good old scrap at that start of it, wasn't he? Yeah. Was putting you to work, mate, straight away.
And what's the weapon of choice there, mate?
Just
You
a
guys
little,
want?
little knife jig, so without getting you caught up, you got him there
Yeah.
before he goes ballistic. All worn out, so yeah, quick knife jig and we're on the board.
Happy days, eh?
Took all day, eh? That's better, mate.
Can I,
Looking like a seasoned pro, looking like a seasoned pro now.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh.
There he is. Good beauty. On again.
Yeah, it's a big car wire.
Why are you stressing out, William? That's big car, you look like you're flexing, mate.
Oh,
This
is
is
good
what
fun,
I normally
eh?
catch car on, mate. Just like a little piece of carbon. You got
This
you got the real deal there. Scent's just hooked up again. It's pretty awesome when you can come out and be fishing the shallows and literally come a nautical mile or two off little barrier, and all of a sudden there's birds working. So not many places in the world with this kind of fishery.
It's up there with the best feeling in the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Going off his facial expressions in the background, he's really enjoying this as well. So you notice on this rod, the line wraps around the blank here, so the guides are actually meant to be twisted. The reason for that is when you're doing that jigging action, often at the top of the jigging action, the line can sometimes be slack and wrap around the tip. And obviously if there's a fish to strike at that same time, you're going to step your tip off. So what that wrap does, it just stops that braid from looping around the top, gives you a nice clean jigging action. So it's another good fish. There is someone caught. It's on fire, eh? Boys will
Little
be
fatty
eating.
there, boy. Yeah, well, we've already got a big fatty on board, so we don't want to get too greedy, but this one's going to see another day. But just look at the beautiful girth on this thing. Well fed, and another one back to Tangaroa.
Yeah. Oh, another little knife jig and back into some more kingies. Starting to peel some line now.
Good to see the boss actually doing some work.
Heating up though.
Those are the rods, I reckon.
He had a lot of boogie at the start, but he's slowed down now. Went for a couple of good runs. A little bit of colour. Oh, there we go.
Speed it up again.
So yeah, that's what they've been feeding on. Little pillies, you can see they got these big raspy scales, and yeah, so that's just come out of them. But Sarah's there, another fatty. Again, he's not massive, but beautiful, beautiful condition for a little guy. And yeah, you see, he just spewed up that pilly there, and so they've been feeding well. But we'll get him back in the drink anyway and send him on his way. We've already got one in the bin. Yeah, so this workout's been going for probably 10 minutes now. A lot more exciting than fishing in the shallows. We've been spoilt really. We've been into kingies and snapper already, and only been here 10 minutes, so worthwhile coming out. Yeah, so there we go. Nice wee snapper.
We've We've all got different weapons of choice at the moment. I've got the octopus here, and these things are getting absolutely slammed like a lolly scramble. So, geez, we're blessed in this country just to be able to come out here, wet the line, and pull up the goods. Look at that. Unreal. Another one for the bin, another one for the whānau. You beauty.
Yeah, so this is obviously the combo we were using earlier in the shallows. I just flicked out a little soft bait, a little squid actually, and pretty much hooked up straight away. But you can see how easy work that was. This just come out of 40 metres, and that rod made it easy work. And the old squid, so look at that. Smack the tail off, but you can see there his swim bladders come out, so unfortunately he comes home with us, but they will hit right where those wings are. Absolutely monstered it.
For the next half an hour, we hauled in an array of good-sized snapper and kingfish, and it was some of the best fishing I have had. A game of two halves, from being skunked in the shallows in the morning to an explosive session with bait, birds and dolphins, creating an absolute frenzy. Landing some kingfish and snapper was just the bonus from this expose happening in and around us. That's the great thing about fishing, you just never know what to expect. Catch you for the next episode where we head further up the country and get sand between our toes to take on surf casting on the mighty Wild West Coast.